But today we're painting Sharky Shark and the Sharky Bunch, as promised. So first order of business is we need a good color gray. The last shark I did was a blue. This one I'm going to do a little different. I'm going to do a gray. Just once again, remember we sealed this all up. That crack, and it really does look good after the sand job. So I think the paint's going to go perfectly on that in my mind. So here's hoping. Yeah, so I've been playing with some colors, and I've decided to just go with Great White Shark Gray. So I did that with a lot of white and a little bit of black. And one of my fears is, you don't make enough. That's about 3 parts white, 1 part black. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm using my stylus machine here, which I've really started to enjoy. It did a great job of, I told you I was going to use it for eyes, but it put all those dots on there, just dipped it in the black one, doop, doop, doop. Perfect. Another sound, that sound effect was all me. Okay, so let's get this mixed up. I'm shooting for the gray that's in the next one here. So when it's too dark, I'll just add more. In the interim, I'll just get her mixed up. At least I kind of got an idea. That's my train of thought, is measuring it kind of the way you do, body filler or any of those other little projects you do, where it's like 1 part this, 2 parts that. So it was 3 parts white, roughly. 1 part. 1 part black. So, okay. It's a little darker, but I still don't hate it. Wipe this off. Alright, behind the scenes wiping. I just wipe that off on paper towel. Let's just get right to it. This is either going to be good or it's not. Arguably, I could say, hey, let's just make sure we don't have any white or black spots in there. I've done that a couple times already. But yeah, what do you think? That's a pretty good color. We'll get in all the crevasses. My bougie way of saying crevices, the cracks, have fun with it. All right. Okay, so the part I'm most interested in, aside from painting the shark, is really to see how the coverage is where that fin went in. So let's give that its first look. So let me paint the fin. The bottom part of the fin here. Get all around the outside of that, where we put all that stuff in. See how well the fill went, because that'll teach me for hopefully you as well. See if you see how it did. All right. Oh, let's just do the whole fin before we do the big reveal. Why not? If you hear slurping in the background, my helper has decided to hang out in the office with me. Trying different spots of the house. My chair is a lot more comfortable in here, but there's not a lot of room on this desk because it's not a carving desk, it's an IT desk. All right, tell me what you think of that. So when we zoom in, you'll see like there's some little pits in there where I probably could have hit the sander a little more, so I'll have to be a little more cognizant of that in the future. But I think a second coat of paint, once this dries, will fill in the little dots. This side, though, was pretty well done. But I can see the marks. These aren't paint marks, these are carving marks on it that didn't get sanded out. So. And because I've already sanded it, I'm not really going to touch it with my carving knife again with a 10-foot pole. So this is what it is, and lessons learned, because every mistake is a lesson. So I will see this as long as it's around me. and see every mistake I made. And like always, try not to judge myself too harshly. I got a buddy, hopefully he watches this. You watch this, right, Jay? I got a buddy that has been an inspiration to my carving as well, and a huge fan. He's been such a great supporter. I'm a big fan of his, and he's very supportive of what I'm doing. We had a technical difficulty, and I lost some of the video where I painted the rest of it, but you get the gist of it. I didn't do his smile, didn't do the base. I'll do that a different color, but take a look at that where the fin touches. It actually painted over very nice. See that? Okay. And you can see I got some gray paint on his, what's going to be his pearly whites, and I told you I was already going to paint the base. But yeah, let's just keep on keeping her. What in her one now? Using my fine tip brush, brace Sharky Shark and the Funky Bunch. Now, if this white doesn't cover over, I'm probably going to use my knife to touch that up. I'm just going to put it on a little thick. Hopefully, it's enough to make these pearly whites pop. Maybe it's a multi amount. I'd prefer not to have to shave the wood or try and scrape where the gray is touched on the teeth. In case you guys are wondering, this is an awesome shark video. Me painting a shark. It is currently over there drying. Just like Sharky Shark and the Sharky Bunch that I painted, like the white here on the gray, I'm now going to have to mix up some more gray. I got to fill the spot in there beside the teeth without putting gray on the teeth, which you know I'm going to. I got to put gray on here to cover the white and hopefully not hit the teeth. Yeah, I'm going to use that fine point one. I'm just going to keep doing it, and one day I'm going to be good enough at it. I'll get it right the first time. But the teeth are white. I don't hate the color of the gray. Yeah, a little part of me wants to wash this underside with, I just don't know what it would look like. Oh, I'm not going to do it, but I am going to mix up some more of the gray. So remember that, 3-to-1, okay? 3-to-1 was what we mixed it up. We're going to hope. Oh boy, that's way more than 3-to-1. That's more like 3 black to 1 white. Maybe I take a little bit of the black and the white, and I'll move it over here, give it a mix. Let's see if that's going to give me the texture, and texture. Your texture's everything. Am I even close to the right color? Who knows? There's enough white paint in this brush that hopefully it will change that up. Let's see here. Oh, that's actually pretty close. Good thing I somewhat paid attention to something in my life when I did the 3-to-1 mix rating. Let's give it a college try here. All right. Fingers crossed. Okay. I can feel your prayers. Don't touch the teeth with the gray. We're just going in gentle. Okay. One step at a time. Start further out, get closer. Oh, goodness. Oh, fuck. Okay. Am I the only one with nerves are shot right now? Feel like I'm not. One of you is watching this and you're saying, Oh, don't screw it up, boy. But you know, how we learn. How we learn. All right, not terrible. Not terrible, I might add. Okay. So what did we manage to pull off? I managed to get the lion's share of the white off that side. That color match, you know, I've seen worse. I'm just going to blend it out a little bit, you know. Get a little air drying. Wonderful. Just wonderful. Okay. How easy was that? In case you were wondering why this video is so chaotic, I'm putting it together, it's chopping all over. My GoPro kept turning itself off. I lost chunks of video of me painting the shark. It was just a bit of a fiasco. I have no idea why it was being so temperamental. But I thought what I would do is share with you the shark. The painted shark. You know, it looks pretty good from 10 feet away, I gotta tell you. But, yeah, obviously, you know, so you see your own flaws on everything. But, yeah, from that far away, she sure looks cute. And like just a nice close-up of the, where we sealed that fin with the glue and the sawdust. Probably could have put a little more at the front of the fin, but I was really fixated on the side. And it did fill in nice. There was a couple little pits in there. I just put a little extra paint in there and let that dry up, and it seemed to do a good job. What is perfection, right? I could, you know, I think it's like carving in general. You could just keep touching the same thing over and over again and spend your life just on one piece. So you got to move on, learn, and go on to the next piece. But yeah, still got the base to paint. All in all, not totally disappointed. As always, I've learned something, and that is the number one goal. Waiting. So if you do see hints of Santa or talks of Santa, I was doing this Santa at the same time. I'm going to be doing it in a separate video. You know, so when I had the white out to do the teeth, I took the opportunity to do the white of the hat around here. But yeah, this is my first Santa Claus. I'll give it a go. And the beard was a little too gray, so I used the whitewash. And you can watch the Santa Claus video, which may be talking about a shark. And now you'll know that these two were done kind of together. So by kind of, I mean absolutely together. So anyhow, how's this for a Christmas trilogy? Santa, the Snowman, and the Sharky Shark. As always, I really appreciate you watching the videos. Likes, comments are really appreciated. Encouragement, suggestions, ideas, always open for those. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Really appreciate the following. Thank you.